August is a big month for our budget. This is the first month I'll be incorporating my new raise into our budget. My husband is getting 3 paychecks this month because there's 5 Fridays and a sign-on bonus. We are decreasing our expenses because we recently sold our car and it's back to school, so we'll be spending money on clothes and school supplies. Let's see how all these changes affect our budget this month. Before we hop into the numbers, let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm La, and I'm documenting my family's real life journey to financial freedom while paying off over $200,000 in debt. Now let's hop into my August numbers. Alright, so let's hop into the August monthly budget tracker. So we're going to start off with income, and we're going to start off with my income. I did get a raise, and based off the one paycheck that I gotten already that has incorporated my raise, I expect my monthly income for the month to be $74.50. And then my husband's income from his job is variable because he does get commission and a base pay, and he does typically work overtime. And how much overtime is and commission is what makes his income so variable. He is getting his sign-on bonus this month as well. So what I expect his income from his job to be is about $47.50. And this is me estimating after taxes. Bonuses and commission is taxed at 22%. So it just depends on how much overtime he's working. I'm having surgery this month, so he might not work as much overtime because of that. So I estimate he'll be getting $47.50. And then my husband is also a veteran, and he has a disability from hurting his back while he was in the Air Force. So he does get $25.08 every month from disability income. So the total for our monthly income in August is looking like it's going to be $14,708. Let's move on to our fixed expenses. First is going to be our mortgage, just due on the first of the month, and that is $27.45 every month. Next is our one car, because we only have one car payment now. That is due on the 11th of the month, and the payment for that is $930. Next, I'm going to add daycare. We pay for it weekly, but the monthly total is $1,600. And hopefully that will be changing also this month because my baby is about to move up to the toddler class soon. So every time you move up a class, the amount that you pay in daycare goes down a little bit. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, next we have our car insurance, which also went down. We paid on the 1st and the 15th, and that is now $180. Next we have this loan that we are paying for our water system, which is due on the 17th of the month, and it is $111. Gym, we pay for that the 15th every month, and that is $72. Then we're paying for our furniture, and that payment is due on the 3rd of every month, $162. We have this toll bill that we're paying on, which is due on the 9th of every month. For now, that's fixed until we pay it off, and it's $198 a month. HOA, which is due on the 30th of every month, is $130.87. Lawn service is fixed for now, and I mean we continue to pay for that every 2 weeks, and that is $70. I'm going to just put our minimum payments for like credit cards down here. So I do pay on my CD card on the 15th of every month, and that payment is $335. It's on a payment plan, so it is a fixed amount every month. Me and my husband also both have a Navy Federal card that is due on the 28th of every month. That is also on a fixed arrangement just to lower the interest rate. Both of these creditors, I called them and asked them could they lower our interest rate so we can, you know, work towards paying off debt faster. Just explain to them like what I was trying to do. And the payment for my card is about $61 and my husband's is $65. But just to throw a teeny tiny bit extra, even though I'm focusing on something else right now, I am paying $75 towards mine and $70 towards my husband, so that'll be a total of $145 for both of those cards. We have a Chase card that also has a minimum payment of $127 that is due on the 15th of every month as well. We were focusing on paying this off, but since we got rid of our car, we had to take out a loan to get out of the lease. So we're now focusing on paying off of that debt. So I'm including the minimum payment for Chase now. And I believe those are all the minimum payments that we have on credit cards. We only have 3 that we're paying on right now. So moving on to our variable expenses, we'll start with our utilities. So our electric bill is due on the 6th of every month, and that bill is $186 this month. Next we have our water, sewer, and trash, which is all in one bill. That's due on the 15th of the month, and I'm estimating that to be $172. I believe that's what it was last month, so I just rolled that forward. Then we have our natural gas bill, and last month that was $63. So that's what I'll estimate it's going to be this month, and that's due on the 21st of this month. And then we have our internet. And our internet is due on the 17th of every month, and that bill is $45. So I'm curious, when you guys budget, do you guys just lump all of your utilities together? Do you write out each bill and when it's due? I think it's just great to have a picture of when each bill is due and the exact amounts and how it fluctuates from month to month. I am budgeting $1,000 towards groceries. And I usually buy groceries weekly, so it's about $250 weekly. For eating out, I am budgeting $250 for the entire month. Now, I am now required to go back into work 3 days a week, and my commute is 1.5 hours each way. So typically after work, I'm very tired, and my husband works until 9 o'clock, and I know someone has mentioned like try meal prepping, but on the weekend I do videos like these on my YouTube channel, so I do try to, you know, batch cook some things, but those things usually last until Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'm doing my best on the eating out budget, but it is what it is. I'm trying my best to cook more at home, and it is healthier. But that commute is, I can already see it being a problem with my eating out budget and my willingness to cook every night. I did do really good in July though. We only ate out about 2 or 3 times, and that was you know, not because I was tired or anything, but just a fun treat for the kids, like pizza. And then me and my husband went out on a date, so we got food then. So appointments is next. I am getting my tonsils removed in August. That is when my surgery got pushed back to. So I am expecting a large bill. Ooh, not $5,000 though. I'm expected to pay $500, $450 towards the surgery, and then my post-op appointment should be about $50. There are other things that I will have to pay for that I'll get a bill for probably in September, like anesthesiology and whatever the hospital might charge. But for the actual surgeon, I have to pay $450 before I actually have the surgery. And then we have our personal budgets. I'm allotting myself $125 this month to get my hair done and my toes done. I typically budget about $100 for my baby since she's still in diapers. You know, I have to buy diapers and wipes pretty often and whatever she needs. She's about to move up to the toddler class, so I have to get her new sippy cups and stuff like that, a mat to sleep on. So $100 is what I'm budgeting for her this month, and then $60 for my husband. So if I add it all together, that's $285, I believe. So that's our personal budgets for all of us. And then since we did go down on one car, I will not be spending money on gas. My car is electric and we may have to charge it sometimes. So I'm allotting $50 towards charging and then $40 towards tolls, because that's just the amount that they pull whenever they need to like refurnish my toll account. So for transportation, I'm allotting $90. The kids are going back to school this month. Yes, I'm so happy because the summer bellies have been something else. I think Stephanie, Budget with 5, mentioned something about summer bellies, so I really like that term. So the summer bellies are going back to school soon, but to get them ready to go back to school, we need to go back to school shopping. So we already put $150 away for back to school shopping, and then we have some gift cards that we'll be using that I got from my job and my husband got from his job that we saved. So I'm allotting out of this month's budget $450 for back to school, and I think, you know, with the $150 that we put to the side and the gift cards that we have, that's about $750 for back to school. I think that will be sufficient enough for the 2 kids that are in school. I have a miscellaneous category just for when like miscellaneous things pop up that we might spend money on. I budget $200 for that. So those are all of our variable expenses. So now we're gonna move on to savings and debt. We are increasing our savings for this month, and we are allotting $500 into our savings. For debt payoff, we are getting really aggressive with the loan that we took out to get rid of the car, and it has a high interest rate. So we are allotting $3,000 towards that, and the only reason why we're able to allot $3,000 this month is, one, we did increase our cash flow because our other car payment was $719, and then our car insurance went down about $150. But in addition to that, my husband is getting his sign-on bonus, which is $1,000. But after, you know, they pull out the bonus tax, it'll probably be about maybe $780. So we're allotting $3,000 towards debt payoff. Since back to school is done, I did want to start a new sinking fund for the holidays. So I do want to start a new sinking fund for the holidays, and right now we're just going to allot $100 towards that sinking fund. And then someone asked about why I don't budget for a phone bill. Me and my husband pay for our phones on an annual basis. We have Mint Mobile, and it's about $260 for each of us, so about $520. So I did want to put $100 away for that, and our annual bill renews in October, so $100 towards that sinking fund. I did want to start a car maintenance sinking fund. I want to start a car maintenance sinking fund, one, because we only have one car and I'll be driving more to go to work. So I just want to make sure like we have money set aside for tires. I don't have oil changes because it's electric. But in case anything comes up, I just want to have money set aside. So $100 towards that. So I have not yet to allocate any money towards variable income. My husband does have a side business, and we do try to like side hustle and get extra money coming in. So this is more of a goal than it is like an actual budgeted number. But the goal for side hustle money is going to be $250. May or may not happen because, you know, this month is a little different for us because I am having surgery. The recovery time is about 2 weeks, so he may or may not be able to actually do side hustles. So let's add everything together. Our income is $14,708. I will not be including any side hustle money because that isn't something that we have planned or actually coming in yet. We don't want to count any eggs before they hatch. But it would be great if we could get our income up to $15,000 this month. That would be amazing. And then our total for our fixed expenses was $6806.16, and then our variable total was $3241.63, and then we're adding in our savings and debt payments of $4,300. That puts us at $14,347.79, and that leaves us with a difference of $360. And any extra money that we have left over, we will probably put towards debt. So that is our August monthly budget. Let me know, is August any different for you? Do you have more income or higher expenses this month? Let me know what you have going on in August. And until next time, peace.